Have you ever thought about how different your life could have been if you just knew certain things sooner? Like if someone had handed you the manual on how to be that woman, the one who walks into a room and makes people stop and wonder, who is she? The one who's magnetic without trying, graceful even when her life's on fire, and just seems to know what to do, say, or wear in any situation. Here's the truth. Some women are born with it, but the rest of us? We can absolutely learn it. And trust me, I wish someone had told me that years ago. It would have saved me from so many awkward moments. Like early in my career when I thought soft skills were for weak people, and ended up sounding like a cross between a robot and a drill sergeant. Stick with me, because today I'm sharing 10 tricks only high-class women know. These are the little habits, mindset shifts, and energy upgrades that make a world of difference. By the end, you'll know exactly how to embody that effortless, classy vibe, even if your drawer says otherwise. Let's get started. Number 1. Be unbothered, but not in a dismissive way. You know those women who could walk into total chaos, a crying baby, someone spilling coffee, the Wi-Fi crashing, and they're just calm, like unnervingly composed. It's not because they're pretending nothing bothers them. Oh no, they feel it too. The difference? They're not wasting their energy acting like every little thing is the end of the world. Next time something goes wrong, try swapping, "Why does this always happen to me?" with a cool, "Oh, no worries. Life happens." Will it feel weird at first? Absolutely. But trust me, you'll thank yourself later when you're not spiraling over spilled coffee or late emails. The trick? Pause. Take 1 second to breathe before reacting. Picture yourself as that calm CEO from every Netflix drama. You know, the one who's always like, "Fix it," while casually sipping her latte. Channel her energy. Practice it the next time someone cuts you off in traffic. Instead of screaming, just raise an eyebrow and mutter, "Must be late for yoga." It's weirdly satisfying, and much better for your blood pressure than yelling at your windshield. Number 2, master the art of subtle statements. Here's the deal. You don't need to shout to stand out. High-class women have this way of leaving a mark without trying to leave a mark. It's not about the designer bag you plop on the table or wearing something so flashy it practically screams, "Look at me." Nope. Their power is in the details. The kind you almost miss. But when you catch it, you can't stop thinking about it. It could be the perfect red nail polish that always looks chic, or the way they casually tie a scarf in a way that says, "Oh, this old thing? It's not loud, but it's memorable." It's the kind of statement that makes people lean in and ask, "Wait, where did you get that?" Here's a tip. Choose one thing to make your signature, a go-to move that feels effortlessly you. Maybe it's a piece of jewelry, like that dainty gold bracelet you never take off, or a neutral blazer that turns everything into a power look, or even just a phrase you say that makes people smile. Subtle is the key, but subtle doesn't mean boring. It means intentional. The goal isn't to scream for attention. It's to make them think, "Wow, she's got something special." And let's be real. Being mysterious is way more fun than putting it all out there. Number 3, be obsessed with quality. Here's where it gets real. High-class women don't hoard stuff. They don't have 12 pairs of cheap earrings cluttering up their nightstand or 37 bath towels that somehow all smell weird. They prioritize quality. And yes, that even applies to socks. True story. I used to buy those 5 for $10 socks at a discount store, but they'd always slip off my heels, and I'd spend half my life fishing them out of my shoes like a lunatic. Then, one day, I splurged on 1 pair of fancy wool socks. Life changed. My feet were cozy, my shoes fit better, and suddenly I was ready to hike Everest, or at least go to Target with a spring in my step. Moral of the story: you don't need more, you just need better. Pick one thing you use every day and upgrade it. Maybe it's a real leather handbag, maybe it's your kitchen knives, or maybe, just maybe, it's those socks. Number 4, know your signature. Here's a fun thought. What do people think about when they think of you? High-class women have this thing. They know their signature, whether it's a killer red lipstick, a perfume that lingers just enough, or even the way they say, "Have the best day," when leaving a room. Think about your thing. Maybe it's your laugh. Yes, even if it's loud and slightly ridiculous, it's you. Maybe it's that you always have an epic playlist for every occasion. Or maybe it's the way you always bring the good snacks. It doesn't matter what it is. Find it, own it, make it yours. Number 5, don't air your laundry, dirty or otherwise. This one might sting a little because, let's face it, we all love a good venting session. But here's the deal. High-class women don't overshare. They're like human diaries, locked and mysterious. You could be 10 years into a friendship and still not know the full story about their ex. It's not about being secretive. It's about knowing what's worth sharing and what's better left unsaid. You know that person who spills their entire life story in the first 5 minutes of meeting you? Yeah, don't be that person. Instead, channel your inner Audrey Hepburn. Keep it short, sweet, and a little intriguing. Mystery is magnetic. Number 6. Make decisions with intention. Do you know what's wildly underrated? Being decisive. And I don't mean having your entire life plan mapped out. I mean making choices, big or small, like you trust yourself. Imagine this. You're at dinner with friends and everyone's like, "What are you getting?" "I don't know. What about you?" The high-class move? You skim the menu, pick something, and announce it with confidence. "I'm getting the salmon." Done. No hemming and hawing. Even if the salmon ends up being terrible, you still look like you've got your act together. The same applies to bigger decisions. Careers, relationships, whatever. Even if you're 51% sure, just make the call. Nobody remembers the person who's thinking about it. They remember the person who owns it. Number 7. Prioritize grace over perfection. Here's a hot take. Being perfect is exhausting and kinda boring. High-class women, they don't care about perfect. They care about grace. They're the ones who trip over a curb, laugh at themselves, and then somehow look cooler because of it. True story. I once showed up to a work meeting with a massive coffee stain on my shirt. Instead of hiding it, I said, I wanted my outfit to reflect my mood. Caffeinated and slightly chaotic. Everyone laughed, and suddenly, the stain didn't matter. The moral? Embrace your imperfections. People are drawn to grace, not perfection. And if all else fails, make a joke about it. High-class energy is rolling with the punches like a pro. Number 8. Elevate the everyday. You don't need a 5-star lifestyle to feel like a queen. High-class women have this magical ability to turn the most ordinary moments into something special. For example, instead of chugging your coffee out of a chipped mug that says "Best Cat Mom," pour it into a beautiful ceramic mug. Add a sprinkle of cinnamon. Sit down and actually enjoy it. Or take your Tuesday night dinner and throw some fairy lights on the table for no reason other than the fact that it looks cute. You don't need to wait for a special occasion to treat yourself like royalty. The little things add up, and before you know it, your entire life feels like one big cozy but glam vibe. Number 9. Listen more than you talk. I have this one friend. She'll ask how you're doing, and before you can even inhale to respond, she's already knee-deep in a story about herself. To be fair, during a tough time, I actually appreciated her company. I knew I wouldn't have to say a word the entire time. But here's the thing. High-class women aren't the ones dominating conversations at the dinner table. They're the ones who lean in, ask thoughtful questions, and genuinely listen. They make you feel seen, heard, and maybe even a little special. Here's your challenge. The next time you're in a conversation, try talking 30% less. Ask a follow-up question, actually listen to the answer, and fight the urge to jump in with your own story. Trust me, people will leave that conversation thinking you're the most interesting, magnetic person they've ever met, even if you said like 3 words the whole time. And the bonus? Listening is a total power move. Not only do you build stronger connections, but you also learn so much tea. Number 10. Be comfortable in your own skin. Last but definitely not least, high-class women are themselves. They're not trying to blend in, and they're not bending over backward to impress people. They know who they are and they own it. They're like, yeah, I talk too much when I'm nervous. Anyway, want to hear a story? Don't waste time trying to fit someone else's idea of classy. True class comes from being unapologetically, wonderfully you. And spoiler alert, you're already halfway there. It's not about being perfect or fancy. It's about showing up as your best self, one confident coffee sip at a time. Which of these are you going to try first? Drop a comment and let me know. And remember, stay classy, manners matters.